Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of In the School Parking Lot. My name is Paul Everts. I'm your host. You can reach me at my email address, and I wish you would. It's BAND, the number 2, gather band together at Comcast.net. Also, go to our website, which is conductingmylife.com, and you'll see I'm a speaker, trainer, and coach. Not representing that part of my life, but that's what I do. And I also have a book that is entitled Conducting My Life. It's really a good book. So I've been a teacher since 1989. I love my profession. It's a noble profession. It took a big little hit these last 4 or 5 years, like COVID. I'm not blaming COVID. However, COVID enlightened me that there are certain parts of this job that I didn't see coming. And when I was told to leave Jesus Christ in the parking lot, he's always been a part of my life since 1985. And I couldn't believe that the principal said that. No one's ever said that to me. And I've been open. I love God, and therefore I went to the parking lot. So there I'm giving you stories. I'm giving you stories about education, and we're sharing this book. The last 2 chapters were excruciatingly painful. It's a hard book to read, and I'm thinking to myself, why not have this book in colleges of education, just so those who want to be teachers know why there are some people who don't like you or me. They don't like us. Read the book. Understand. I also read stories. So this is from The Lion. This episode, by the way, is episode 27. And I'm posting this on the 7th of September. I am reading this to you, though, on August, what a dork, on August the 10th. And here we go. From The Lion. Survey shows even majority of California adults oppose pronoun ideology in schools. That's the article we're looking at. Joy Stockbauer is the author. This is posted July 12th, 2024. Again, the title is Survey Shows Even Majority of California Adults Oppose Pronoun Ideology in Schools. Support of the use of the preferred pronouns in schools may not be quite as popular as previously assumed in the notoriously blue Golden State. A new statewide survey by the Public Policy Institute of California finds. According to the April Public Policy Institute of California state survey, it says 51% of adult Californians oppose public schools allowing students to choose their own pronouns, while only 47% of those surveyed supported it. The PPIC brands itself as a nonprofit, nonpartisan think tank whose mission is to inform and improve public policy in California through independent, objective, nonpartisan research. The survey reveals support for preferred pronouns is significantly higher among those younger than 35. Well, go figure. Okay, they're 35 years old. So from, let's say, 5 years old, maybe even younger, 4, through 18, they've had schooling, and so they've been taught. While only 42% of adults 35 to 54 support the practice. Well, they've had different education. They've had things taught to them differently. The rate jumps to 64% for those who are 18 to 34. Well, of course, because they've been taught. This is the way we do things. Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. Additionally, while 83% of the Republicans oppose preferred pronouns in schools, 70% of the Democrats support it. Independents oppose it, 54% to 43%. On allowing books about transgender identifying youth in public schools, while just 49% of California adults oppose that, the opposition rises to 57% among strictly public school parents. Wow, let's hear that again. On allowing books about transgender identifying youth in public schools, 49% of California adults oppose that. The opposition goes up to 57% among strictly public school parents. Survey results have particular resonance amid recent legislative moves on pronoun changes in school settings. Last week, and again, when it was last week, let me just remind you, this was written and published on the 10th of July. Is that what we said? Oh, 12th of July, excuse me, 12th of July. Survey results have particular resonance amid recent legislative moves on pronoun changes in school settings. Last week, the state legislature passed AB 1955, go Google what that is, which, if signed by Governor Gavin Newsom, which it was, would block school districts from notifying parents when a student attempts to socially transition between genders at school, including through the use of pronouns that differ from the student's biological sex, and yet that did pass. And yet, Governor Newsom signed it. So that's why we think that you are hiding, keeping secrets from parents. Let me read it again. AB 1955, which was passed and signed by Governor Newsom, blocks school districts from notifying parents when a student attempts to socially transition between genders at school, including through the use of pronouns that differ from the student's biological sex. Okay. Chapter 22 in this book. I don't read the whole thing because I don't want the author to get mad at me, so buy the book. The Role of Behavioral Psychology in the Dewey Plan. John B. Watson from the Ways of Behaviorism, 1928. This is what they said, 1928, be almost 100 years ago. It is the business of behavioristic psychology to be able to predict and control human activity. It is the business of behavioristic psychology to be able to predict and control human activity. In John Dewey's 1898 plan to dumb down America, he wrote, quote, "Change must come gradually. To force change unduly would compromise its final success by favoring a violent reaction. What is needed in the first place is that there should be a full and frank statement of conviction with regard to the matter from physiologists and psychologists and from those school administrators who are conscious of the evils of the present regime." The present regime would be 1898. In other words, that's the end of the quote. Author says, in other words, the full collaboration of experimental psychologists would be needed to help make the plan succeed. That was no problem since all of his academic colleagues were involved in promoting the new Wundtian, that's Wundtian, Wundtian experimental psychology, which concentrated on the physical behavior of the organism rather than on its mental attributes. G. Stanley Hall got his doctoral student Edmund Burke Huey to write the needed authoritarian book entitled The Psychology of Reading, which quoted Dewey's 1898 article and promoted his radical views on the need to change the curriculum of primary education. Remember, we talked about Thorndike in the previous chapter. Thorndike's claim to fame was his discovery that you could train animals or children like animals. Thorndike wrote in 1928, quote, "Our experiments, our learning in the lower animals have probably contributed more to knowledge of education per hour or per unit of intellect spent than experiments on children. The best way with children may often be, in the pompous words of an animal trainer, to arrange everything in connection with the trick so that the animal will be compelled by the laws of his own nature to perform it." Oh my goodness. Okay. As I said, I'm not going to read everything else. The author will get mad at me, and I don't want him to get mad at me. I don't even know who this man is. So let's just go to the last paragraph of the chapter real quick. It should not be a surprise to you to learn that one of Kurt Lewin's, Lewin', one of Kurt Lewin's most significant experiments was aimed at determining the behavioral effects of frustration on children and how these effects are produced. Morrow, that'd be Marrow, wrote, quote, "The experiment indicated that in frustration, the children tended to regress to a surprising degree. The children tended to become baby-ish. Intellectually, Children of 4.5 years tended toward the behavior of a 3-year-old. The degree of intellectual regression varied directly with the strength of the frustration. Aggressiveness also increased, and some children went so far as to hit, kick, and break objects, end of quote. So, author asks, what do you do with kids like that? You drug them. And what does this do to the American brain? According to the author, it destroys the American brain. And Morrow, just so you know, is the author of the biography of Kurt Lewin. Morrow is the author of the biography. Next week, chapter 23, Why Johnny Can't Tell Right from Wrong. Why Johnny Can't Tell Right from Wrong. This is a hard book to read. I can't recommend it enough, though. We need to know why the public is frustrated with public education. I've taught since 1989. I want to know why they don't like us. Why are they mad at us? What are we doing? In their eyes, what are we doing? Okay, we have a Venmo account. We'd love to have your help. Please go to the Venmo account and contribute to what we're doing. If this made you mad, that's not my intent. My intent is I'm just sharing this. You get mad, that's your choice. Don't get mad. Just get smarter, get better. All right, God bless. I love you. Till next time. Thanks a lot for helping us, helping me. I hope I help you.